Do you think that your party also contributed in some way to the crisis within the APC?
How? It's almost impossible. You realize that we didn't play any role in the crisis that emerged in APC. It was a fight between the two people that were contesting. And it is the right of everybody, even including PDP members, to
Oh, there. So the images are frozen again. But well, he said they didn't play any part. I was wondering. I said my next thing was so honorable. Does that mean that all members of the PDP just sat down there and watched everything just unfold and then just folded their arms?
It will
be interesting to hear his
any side comments.
They
didn't have any side comments. They just allowed the whole thing.
Well, side comments will always be welcome.
No, that's the thing. If he says they had no part in it, then that means they did not say anything, they just sat back and they did not have any conversations with their friends. What's going on? I mean, in your party, what are you guys planning to do? How are you going to resolve this? And they didn't do it, they just sat back. Let's
get back to him. He's back on the line. But honorable, does that mean that the PDP just sat there, you didn't do anything and you just watched them happen? And not forgetting, they're all politicians.
You need to understand the process. Nominations were made, all right? And when nominations were made, it is our right to vote, and we have to vote. And everybody voted for his candidate, and somebody emerged.
Honorable
election. Anybody that is going into election will know that one person will definitely win, you know?
Honorable, I love the smile on your face, you know, because it's telling a lot more than you're revealing. That's what some people will say. That, you know, in whose interest is it in when the APC is scattered? And if the PDP could have helped in that particular direction by merely voting, that was all they did anyway, why wouldn't they?
Sure, we need to vote. You know, we need to vote. And you also agree with me that the misfortune of APC definitely is our fortune. You know, but unfortunately for them, they've not been able to put their house together. They are the one in government today. They should be able to put their house in order. We didn't have all these challenges. You know, so we were looking at them, but we started tutoring them and trying to tell them the right things to do. And I can assure you that as from 28, we'll start giving them some level of free consultancies.
Well, speaking a little more seriously now, Honorable, some people are saying that the PDP cannot complain when indeed it helped to stoke the fire within the APC. You did say that when members of the House of Representatives sense an external influence, no matter how good the candidate is, they will vote the other way. That was what you said. And if we look at the figures that, you know, emerging from the House of Representatives, some people say that is not being contested now in terms of, you know, how the speaker emerged. You will see that the proportion, I mean, the race was very close, and that all you needed was all the PDP members and a little of the APC members, and you got the results that you got. Do you agree to that?
No, I disagree, because a lot of the PDP members also voted for Femi Gbajabiamila in that race, you know. It was a well-contested race. And
how are we sure of that? How do we know that? Do you know your members who, because it would seem that the PDP already gave a directive as to who the party members in the House of Representatives and even at the Senate should vote for?
Well, first, those directives are not binding, like I told you from day one.
Are we sure of that? I mean, we saw what happened in the Senate at least, and we also saw what happened in the House of Representatives. The candidates that the PDP wanted to emerge, didn't they emerge?
I was the one on ground, you know, and you were not there. I'm just telling you what happened.
No, we also read stories of what transpired behind the scenes. I mean, even if we were not physically there, we could not have been there for all the night meetings. We only saw what happened on that day on the floor of the House of Representatives and in the Senate. We're asking, was that meeting true or not?
No. There was this arrangement where people were trying to reach camps. You know, APC were also reaching the PDP groups. And I tell you, a lot of the PDP members voted for Femi Gbajabiamila. You won't tell me that just only a few individuals voted for Udogara from APC. I totally disagree. I can assure you that up to about 30 to 40% of PDP members must have voted also for Femi Gbajabiamila. It was a race that was contested purely on merit. And, you know, it was also won on merit. There were debates that were carried out. You know, these people came to address various caucuses, and members were able to make their mind and decide that, oh, no, this should be the right candidate, this guy should be my speaker, or he should not be my speaker.
Was there a directive to PDP members from the party?
I told you most of those directives in line with our decisions and experience are totally not necessary. They are not binding. We don't take them serious. As soon as we see any external influence, we go definitely against it.
But there was one. My question is that there was a directive from the PDP to its members.
No, not that I'm aware of. Probably there might be, but I wasn't probably aware of.
While we're discussing the issue of principal officers within the House, and you said the APC, hopefully by the 28th, would have sorted its house out. What about your house? Have you picked your own principal officers? We are perfectly in order. We're ready. Our list is ready, you know, so it's a non-issue entirely. Your list, is it from your party or you picked the individuals yourselves?
You know, when we get there on that day, you will see how democracy will come into action. We just, among ourselves, we play in line with the House rule. We don't allow parties to take decisions for us because every member of that House, like you can clearly see, the 360 members of that House are qualified to be either chairman of parties or even qualified to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we respect ourselves, we play by the rules, and we abide by the House rule. So on that day, on Tuesday, definitely our principal officers will all emerge. So
is it possible then, or is it right then to say that the PDP is actually learning off the mistakes of the APC?
No. It is the APC actually that have never or have refused to, you know, come up with or come to terms with the reality of the day that they are no more playing opposition politics. You know, they need to learn from us because we have no problem at all. You can see how well organized we are.
So, Honorable, well, never mind. But they will ask if the party, beg your pardon, the House of Representatives doesn't resume on the 28th, what will your party do? Or what will members of the PDP in the House do?
I think, you know, there is no doubt about it. I assure you that on that 28th, we will resume. There is no alternative to it. We'll keep that to our heart, but be rest assured that from what we have seen and the messages that are coming across, because we relate to each other, we are friends, and they have given us all the assurances that come 28th, we are resuming. You know, so I have no doubt in my mind whether we will resume or not. On the 28th, definitely we will resume. There are a lot of national issues that I've told you of. Look at the security issues. Look at, you know, we need to discuss also the president's visit to the United States. You saw what the Lehi law challenges have thrown before us. We were shouting over the Lehi law challenges to this whole nation, but nobody believed us. But today, you know, thank God the president also have experienced it. You know, so we need to find alternative because the crisis before us today is confronting not just political parties, but the whole nation. So we just have to address this security crisis in this country. As Parliament, we want to give the president 100% support to make sure that, you know, he gets the terrorists out of our land, and there is no alternative to that.
You know, the thing is, you need to have a stable house to be able to discuss all of these matters. From the look of things, the way they are panning out, do you see this assembly having a smooth run such that you could conveniently discuss all these matters?
Well, with the facts that have come before me, you know, as a member of that house, I can tell you that the house is already in order. The problems are almost 80% solved, and you can be rest assured that on that day, which is the 28th, names will be read, and zonal divisions have already, those zonal positions have been taken, and there is clear fairness in the whole exercise. I think we were not looking at these issues objectively. If you look at the way these things have been placed, everybody will be satisfied, including members of the chamber. You know, so I see a scenario or a situation where everybody will be very happy.
All right.
No, just a quick one. Who did you vote for to become the speaker? You in person.
Your guess is as good as mine.
No, we don't have any guess.
No, we don't have a guess. We just want to know.
I voted for Femi Gbajabiamila.
Okay. All right.
Okay, we'll take your word for it. Thank you very much indeed, Honorable, for talking to us today.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll be back after this. Don't go away.